Let's get our coffee. So Steve said to look up Jackson Brown, and I always do my homework. So we've got Jackson Brown, Leaf in the Sky album cover on the thumbnail, also in the shorts, and I like the song Late for Sky. Late for the Sky. Are you guys late for Astro? Were you up all night? And then it dawned on you? Okay, wonderful shorts, wonderful reading. I want to read you a couple of the lyrics here. I like, awake again, I can't pretend. And I know I'm alone and close to the end of the feeling we've known. How long have I been sleeping? How long have I been drifting alone through the night? How long have I been dreaming I could make it right? If I closed my eyes and tried with all my might to be the one you need. Good song, but I really like Awake Again, I Can't Pretend. So check out the lyrics. Check out Jackson Brown. Check out Steve's Love Tarot. From a few videos back, he talked about it. Okay, so we have our love candle, we have our incense, we have a home that's in reverse with the shorts. So somebody's home life sucks. You're moody, you're sensitive, you just want comfort and creativity. You're curious, so you're going within, you're in solitude, and you are going to have a new beginning if you take that leap of faith. And you have the Page of Swords, but this is my girl that's looking into books, having bright ideas, using that creativity and that curiosity. That's basically it for the shorts. I wanted to tell you about Undercover Boss. Undercover Boss used to be a series on TV that I loved. So lately I've told you about Bait Car, Truth of Consequences, the Marvel movies, that one that was a comedy, a love comedy, Anybody But You. So you got lots of movies to look up. Now you've got an album to look up. And Undercover Boss, okay? Undercover Boss is about somebody that is a boss of a company, pretends to be an employee, goes undercover, and checks out the company, how it's being run. Now, I loved that show because between that and Quantum Leap, if you've ever seen the series Quantum Leap, between Quantum Leap and Undercover Boss, that feels like my life. Quantum Leap was my first 30 years when I was drinking, and my Undercover Boss was the last 30 years. And the reason I say that is because this, okay? I knew all along that I was ancient, superpower, space alien, right? But I had to be dumbed down in order to do my job. So when I was drinking and I'd say stuff like, I'm a high priestess from Neptune, people just thought I was a drunk, crazy bitch, and I was, but it was the truth. But when I got sober, I couldn't really keep that facade up. It's not a facade, but I don't know what words to all use here. So I couldn't keep that act up. I couldn't keep that truth up. So I had to get dumbed down. I had to get my powers taken away. And I had to do the AA program for 30 years. Okay? I had to be reprogrammed to Earth without drinking and using drugs. And so I knew who I was, but it's like the Undercover Boss. I had to be an employee, going undercover in my own company. Best way to put it. I hope you guys got that. So, what we're doing now, though, is we're the boss. Our powers are coming back to us. We're realizing that Earth is our footstool. We do have power. We're being activated. We're awake. We can't pretend. And we're now rewarding the people in our company on Earth who did good when we went undercover. People that are working 2 jobs, are not stealing, are good, really good people. And then the boss says, well, I was that undercover person that you helped, and now I want to give back to you. Like, that's what I'm going to do if I get my Zim. Even if I don't get my Zim, I am going to continue to help other people. Instead of me doing one big project, I'm like the boss giving out to the people that need it. Okay, so I'm going to continue what I'm doing. It's just in a different way. Okay, so the undercover boss now is also taking the people that didn't do good, the people that were stealing, the people that called the boss an asshole, and the people that came in and stole from the company and did the company harm. Them people get to have their reward. So it's kind of like where Undercover Boss is the final part of Undercover Boss, where they give out the rewards and they do the firing. That's big time what we're doing right now. So where are you in all this? Who knows? Some of you are the disgruntled employee that's getting fired. Some of you are the employees that are getting rewards, getting blessings, getting projects, getting higher timeline assignments. Some of you are the bosses that are awake and they can't pretend no longer that they want to stay in that upside down house. They want to stay with those people that are isolating them and making them go into solitude, making them moody, okay? They want to be free of all that. So what are they doing? They're going to move forward. So where are you in all this? I know what I am. I am that undercover boss that now is sitting on her empress throne and saying, yeah, you did this to me, and you did that to the company, and you did that to them. Here's your rewards. We're dishing out the rewards. Okay, so another good series to watch, if you can find it. We're going to shuffle these up because you're going to get some great, bright ideas. You're back to your bosshood. You're back to the area where you are not undercover anymore. You're not the employee anymore. Even if you were the employee that said, yeah, the boss is an asshole and I steal from this company every day, you're not going to stay in that role anymore either, because you're being fired and put on a total different universe. So how do you like me now? The people that were there really busting ass, trying to sponsor people, trying to help the homeless, trying to help the animals, trying to help the company succeed. Well, you're going to get your scholarship that you wanted. You're going to get your mortgage paid off. You're going to get these rewards that you wanted. And that's really fun for me. I love doing that. I got goosebumps everywhere. I loved doing AA. I loved watching people come in and say, look at, I got my 1-year medallion. Look at, I got a new sponsee. I got a new job. We know one guy that's he's over probably a 2 millionaire now, and he was homeless when we met him and a drunk. So it's just fun, That's why if I do get my Zim appointment, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fund other people's projects because I don't want just one project. I want many. And I want to be that boss that sits on her spaceship and delegates out. So, okay, we've got a reading here to do. The Chariot, and this is all coming in quickly. I love the lighting. I love how the spaceship, the laser beams are beaming us up. Okay, true stuff. All right, so it's coming in quickly. So again, with that undercover boss analogy, it's over. Okay, we're no longer undercover. So whatever you think you were getting away with, that you didn't get away with, there's no time now to change. I've been telling you to change, and you just don't listen. So it's like the laser beams here, we're ready. You know, it's like you don't have time to dilly-dally. You don't have time to change. You'll have, and I know you're sad about it. Look at that. There's a picture of you. Okay? I know you're sad about it, but you aren't going to be not here. You're going to be somewhere so you can change. You just are too late to go with us on the ship. You're going to have to stay here for a while. And that's the truth. That's my King of Swords. And he's just sitting there because it's kind of nice to be in this, I'm done having to go undercover. I can tell you my true position now. I really ain't who you thought I was. I really have been the boss all along. That's the King of Swords. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is another card where I said she threw her book away, she threw her bright ideas away, she threw her undercoveredness away, and she's just throwing that wand up in the sky saying, oh, it's so freeing. I'm awake and I don't have to pretend. Okay, and then we have Justice. So the scales are finally balanced. We don't have to be undercover bosses now. We can just be the boss. And top of the deck, we'll get one more little warning here. Look at Judgment. So you got justice on the bottom and judgment on the top, and a cross and a bright laser beam in the middle. Can't make this shit up, can I? No, can't make this shit up, can I? Okay, and then after Justice, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Hanged Man. So it's a yes. It's a very emotional time right now. And it's that new perspective where you're coming out of the water. You're coming up. She's coming up out of the water, see? And she's going to grab onto them cloths there, and she's going to come up, and she's the boss. That's her. Her third eye is wide open. Your third eye is wide open. You see the company now, how it was run. You see the fakeness. You see the people that were fake. You see the people that were truthful. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to hand out the rewards. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there because closing with Justice, Judgment, and Ace of Wands is pretty exciting. And knowing that you're the King of Swords and it's coming in fast and these people are going to feel like this, or they're going to feel like justice has been served. My third eye is wide open. I'm going to celebrate. Judgment has finally been called, and I have a whole new perspective. So I don't have to be thinking like, oh, I'm dumbed down and I have to be this employee. No, I can say, no, I'm awake. I'm not pretending. I am the boss. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.